Tonight, we're witnessing the mask slip right off the establishment's face. Dan Crenshaw, once marketed as a conservative hero, is melting down on social media, hurling insults at anyone who dares question his suspicious stock trades. Meanwhile, Speaker Johnson tried to ram through a 1,500-page spending bill packed with bioweapon funding and special interest payoffs, but something remarkable happened. The American people, alongside Elon Musk and Donald Trump, stood up and said, enough. Now the bill has been gutted from 15,000 pages to just 116. And the swamp is in full panic mode because the pork isn't going to be sent home. And Patriots, while the swamp creatures rage about their exposed corruption, let me tell you about something they can't hide. Yes, the visible signs of aging. Just like how the deep state loses its mask when exposed, your skin shows signs of deterioration when it loses collagen. After the age of 20, you produce 12% less collagen each decade, but there's hope. Unlike the swamp's empty promises, BioTrust Collagen combines 5 essential types for real results. Visit healthwithgary.com for 51% off and start fighting back against aging naturally. Your skin won't lie about the results. Okay, Elon Musk just 4 hours ago posted this picture. Elon Musk, oh, they are freaking out about Elon Musk right now. This shows you, he says, this shows how much your voice matters, and having a president like real Donald Trump means that your voice is finally heard. This is yesterday's bill versus today's bill. Ain't that something? Yeah, a little bit of pressure can make a huge difference. And here we have Autism Capital. 4 hours ago, the new funding package is down from 1,547 pages to 116. We are winning, America. Elon Musk, just a day ago, he was not happy. He said, kill the bill. I have a better idea. Yes, kill the bill. And it looks like we may have scored just a little victory here. But that victory doesn't come without the deep state clawing back, right? Here is just 6 hours ago, breaking 911 post, Representative Hakeem Jeffries. Oh, he's trying to instill fear into you. Oh, he is. Listen to what he has to say.
A loved one, holiday travel will be impacted. The ability of everyday Americans to visit their family, their friends, their loved ones will be impacted. Holiday travel will be.
Yeah, so he's trying to tell you that somehow this, blocking the spending package is going to shut down the government to such a degree that those TSA agents in those crisp blue uniforms, they're not going to show up to protect the airports anymore. And that's going to cause, your grandma, your uncle, your nephew to prevent them from coming home for Christmas. Yeah. But this is par for the course from the swamp. It's fear tactics. I mean, you could see it on his face there. When the lie comes out, he has a little pause and a grin. I mean, the body language says it all. Newt Gingrich posting 15 hours ago, President Trump and Republicans should not be afraid of a government shutdown. Remember the government shutdowns during the Gingrich, when he was the Speaker of the House? The next election is 2 years away. We had 2 shutdowns in 95 and became the first reelected House GOP majority since 1928. It may take shock therapy for Schumer and the Democrats to learn that President Trump is serious about draining the swamp. Oh yeah, Newt Gingrich speaking out. And then Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, 14 hours ago, the Uniparty is aiming their fire at Elon Musk and blaming him. They're blaming Elon Musk. Wait a minute, how could they even do that? How could they blame Elon? Well, they are, for killing their incestuous pork-fest government funding bill. However, see, they're all training their fire on Elon Musk right now. And she says, however, it was the American people engaging and posting their outrage on X that killed the bill. So, can we draw a line somehow? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Jack Dorsey and his buddies aren't censoring all the content on X anymore, so the American people can actually speak out. How many more wins are we going to have that we're going to celebrate? because of the free speech platform that X has provided. Oh, wait a minute. Elon Musk owns X. It's his fault. It's his fault that the people can speak. Train your fire, train your fire. They hate Elon because he bought X and protected free speech, which allowed the people to fight back and stop another Uniparty shit sandwich. The truth is they hate you, the people, for standing up to them. They are angry they got caught in such a big way. These losers waited for months, knowing the government funding deadline was Friday, December 20th, and refused to show any of us members of Congress the bill text until they dumped 1,500 pages on us on Tuesday night. Same pathetic play over and over again. Oh, no, the government's going to run out of money right before Christmas. Whatever we do, gosh, golly gee, we must vote for the shit sandwich quick to keep the government running and get home for Christmas. Oh, my. Oh, and by the way, your family is not going to be able to travel. But they got caught with their pants down, and now they say it's Elon Musk's fault. The truth is the Uniparty has been creating this disaster for decades. They own it. They can't blame anyone but themselves. Man, she goes on and on and on. But at the end of the day, she says, nope, it is not Elon Musk's fault. It is the Uniparty's fault. Yeah. And there we have Western Lensman. He is tagging Representative Thomas Massie with the truth bomb. I have Republican colleagues who'd rather run over their own mom with a car than vote to cut spending. Let's listen to what he had to say.
Congressman, boy, is there a lot to cut. What do you think's going to be on the chopping block?
Oh, well, there is a lot to cut, but I'm going to warn you, I have Republican colleagues who'd rather run over their own mom with a car than to vote to cut spending. So the first trick is going to come up with a list of things to cut. I would cut everything that's redundant. Every state in the United States has a Department of Education. Why do we need a federal Department of Education? Cut that out. I've already got a bill to do it. So I hope Doge picks that one up. Cut out some of this foreign aid. Oh, my gosh. It's like, funding these other countries is like watering your neighbor's yard while your house is on fire.
Congressman, boy, is there a lot to cut.
Thomas Massie. He is on fire. Elon Musk, just a day ago, exactly right. All government spending is taxation. The government either taxes you directly or by increasing the money supply, taxes you through inflation. That means the spending bill is the taxation bill. Very important concept to understand. And he's quote tweeting a message from Thomas Massie, who said, what many of my colleagues fail to realize is the omnibus spending bill is the tax bill. I mean, dude, Elon Musk, man, to see him posting this stuff to his millions of followers, okay, just as if anybody had millions of followers and they're posting stuff, they're going to have influence. And the level of influence that he has it's amazing, and it's beautiful to see. And that's why the mainstream media, that's why the swamp is freaking out, because he has an X account that reaches so many people. Yeah, Crimea River. Here we have Thomas Massie actually quote tweeting Elon Musk. Any member of the House or Senate who votes for this outrageous spending bill deserves to be voted out in 2 years. He posted that a day ago. Okay. And that's the other thing. See, they recognize that Elon Musk has all this power because he's like, what, the richest man on the planet? Okay. He is the George Soros of the right, as they like to say. But when did the last time you saw George Soros? Right. I mean, that guy's like the crypt keeper. They're keeping him like in cold storage. But Elon Musk, he's out there. He's hitting the ground in Washington, D.C., and they're freaking out because he's hanging out Mar-a-Lago. He's getting ready to launch the Doge. He's ready to cut the fat. So they're freaking out, right? They are freaking out because he has the ability, because he has a PAC, and he can go after and he can fund all of the campaigns through his PAC to oust these people. So they're terrified. Oh, but where were they when George Soros was funding all those, those state's attorneys, right? Where were people freaking out? Oh, nobody was freaking out. No, we tried to bring it to people's attention, but then you get people like Kim Fox in Chicago letting all the criminals back on the street and letting Jussie Smollett walk free. You know. Thomas Massie one day ago, people call me Nostradamus for accurately predicting Speaker Johnson would use the Christmas recess to force a massive spending bill through Congress. You know what? It doesn't take Nostradamus to figure this out. Remember how they passed the Federal Reserve Act, the IRS Act, on Christmas Eve? And look where that's got us. We are enslaved to the Federal Reserve. We're enslaved to the IRS because they sneak these things through last minute when everybody wants to go home for recess. Let's listen to what Thomas Massie had to say. This was back in October.
They're going to.
We have broken the Christmas omni, and I have no intention of going back to that terrible tradition. So there won't be a Christmas omnibus. As somebody asked me in the hallway a little while ago, will there be many buses? We don't want any buses. We're not going to do any buses, okay?
Speaker Johnson saying it ain't going to happen. Nope, don't worry about it.
And I've seen this play call like 4 times in the 7 years I've been in Congress. They've punted the ball until December 20th. And what they'll do is they'll come in a closed room with us and they'll say, okay, now we've got the really big omnibus. And if you vote for this, you can go home for Christmas. But if you don't vote for it and it fails, we're going to make you stay here over Christmas and New Year's. And it's almost like a dystopian future. I've been in the closed room where they start chanting, vote, 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 vote.
Yeah.
And people run up there and vote for something they've not read. CR, CR, CR. Oh, you want to go home for Christmas? Well, vote for this, and we'll let you go see your families and your new grandbaby, and you can watch your 2-year-old open presents. But if you don't, you're going to stay here with your leadership and their leadership, and wait for a bunch of geriatric senators to send over the answer.
By the way, I made another prediction that it would end right before Christmas, that it wouldn't go till next spring. Because, and we've talked about this on your show, Brian, for as long as I've been coming on your show, which is at least 12 years.
See it coming a mile away. Go ahead.
Every year, they do the same play.
Christmas
Eve, shutdown, panic. Because here's what they're doing. They're taking our families hostage, the families of congressmen in Washington, D.C. on December 20th, which is when this CR expires, and they're going to either put another worse CR that's probably going to have Ukraine and everything else attached to it, or they're going to do the full-on omnibus, depending on how the election comes out. They're going to do that on December 20th, and the congressmen, they're going to smell those jet fumes from DCA, the Ronald Reagan Airport, and the combination of the fumes from those airplanes wafting over to the Capitol and this CR expiring, then they're going to start chanting, vote, vote, vote. And they will vote for anything you put in front of them, because the speaker always comes and says, doesn't matter who the speaker is. They always say, if you vote for this, you can go home and open presents with your family. Yeah. And if you don't vote for this, we're going to be here over Christmas because the optics are bad. And just go ahead and tell your families, pack up those presents and bring them to Washington, D.C. if they want to be with you at Christmas. No, nobody's going to bring their family to D.C. over Christmas. So they're like the Grinch. Yeah, some people call me Nostradamus for predicting this. But the reality is, Brian, we could go back. It's a lot of work. Oh, my God, yeah. We could go back.
I mean, guys, they're holding them hostage, but thankfully they were able to have the pressure put on them and reduce the amount in the bill. Oh, but you guys, all this stuff happening has really totally set off Dan Crenshaw. Okay. Now I have a confession. I apologize. And a couple of years ago, I made a sizable donation to Dan Crenshaw's reelection campaign. And the only reason I did that was because I wanted to talk to him face to face. And I only had a few minutes. We were at a 4th of July celebration. Everybody's partying. I admittedly drank probably too much that day. But I did have an opportunity to talk to Dan Crenshaw. And I spent that money to support his campaign because I wanted to ask him about concerns that you guys had. And we were talking, and I said, I want to interview you on my show. I want to have you on, and I want to talk about, because a lot of my viewers, they've got concerns about these red flag laws that you are trying to push through. Oh yeah, I'd love to come on the show. Here's my contact. Here's my guy. Shoot him an email. Oh, thanks, Dan. Appreciate that. And the minute I told him that I represent millions of people and that my viewers were concerned about something that he was advocating for, he was quick to vacate that location. But I took that moment because I wanted to present my viewers' concerns, and I never got an email back from Dan Crenshaw. Rand Paul, 13 hours ago, Speaker House need not be a member of Congress. This is another interesting thing that's now developing. I'm going to get to the Dan Crenshaw meltdown in a second. Nothing would disrupt the swamp more than electing Elon Musk as Speaker of the House. Think about it. Nothing's impossible, not to mention the joy at seeing the collective establishment, a.k.a. Uniparty, lose their ever-loving minds. Rand Paul posting about this, about Elon Musk becoming Speaker of the House. Now, there are people who have raised concerns about Elon Musk because he is not an American citizen, so there could be, potential conflict there in the line of succession. And of course, the media is freaking out too. Not just Dan Crenshaw. Elon Musk posted this 9 hours ago, and it's Brian Stelter I did my best Mark Dice impersonation for you. Love you, Mark. Okay, here's Brian Stelter talking to Jim Acosta.
He relied, to Dan Crenshaw's point, Elon Musk is spreading fake news. On this, he is fake news.
And he relies on people to reply to him and tell him what's up. He says, you are the media now. That's his message on X. And yet that really leaves a lot to be desired.
Imagine, this is where we are, folks. Jim Acosta is calling Elon Musk fake news. I mean, they are the fake news kings at CNN. Disclose TV. Trump calls for abolishing the debt ceiling, according to NBC. Brick Suit posting this. Look at Dan Crenshaw's manager now, throwing the damn towel. Oh, wait till you see this, okay? This is great. Sean Farash, keep attacking the people, Dan. It's a great look for a public servant. You're really helping your case. Nick Sortor, the deep state pirate, Dan Crenshaw. Congratulations for having one of the top performing stock portfolios in Congress. I wonder how that happened. Here is the Crenshaw tracker by Autopilot. Oh, yeah, he's got a really nice stock portfolio. Okay, and then here come the meltdowns. 23 hours ago, yeah? Or maybe you're an effing lying piece of excrement because I'm not even on the yes list for the whip team. Never have been. But hey, whatever gets your pathetic bottom feeders, your clickbait effing incels. Oh, he's melting down. Yeah, get it right. Dan Crenshaw is the America Last Ukraine First war pig who doesn't need a raise because of all the money he makes when he miraculously became a stock expert since joining Congress. Cat turd trolling Dan Crenshaw. So Crenshaw's like, yeah, I'm not even on the yes list. I'm not on the yes list, so it doesn't matter. You can say whatever you want. Oh, but then Cat turd calls him out. Oh, he doesn't need the money because, he's making it in the stocks. The right to bear memes. I love this. Grand old memes. Good friend of mine posting this. Oh, yeah. Dan Crenshaw, of course, just getting roasted online today. Here was his post, and he was actually quote tweeting Nick Sortor, who said, sources tell me that Dan Crenshaw is spearheading the effort to get a pay raise for Congress. Last week, when he was asked about his stock trading, Crenshaw whined, the members of Congress haven't had a pay raise since 2009. Crenshaw almost got his way with a pay increase for members' benefits being included in today's massive spending boondoggle. Crenshaw even said, you have no way to better yourself as a congressman without being able to trade stocks. That's insane. Okay, it's time for Eye Patch McCain to go. Let's listen to this clip here.
Vote for a ban on Congress members trading stocks?
Yeah, I mean, this is like number 1,000 on my priority list of things to care about. This is one of those stupid things that I've been dragged through the mud on. You know how much fucking money I've ever had in the stock market? About $20,000. And yet I've been dragged through the mud on this as if like there's some insider trading. I had to send a letter to Fox News, demand, a threatening letter from my lawyers, threatening them with defamation because Jesse Waters had basically insinuated that I was insider trading. Of course, it's not true. You'd be more surprised how much little information we have. This is one of those bills that, like, of course, yeah, people support it. Yeah, sure, okay. Who cares? Because I don't have I barely have anything in the market anyway. Are there a couple cases like wherein Nancy Pelosi has some very suspicious timing of her trades? Yeah, that has happened. But nobody else can point any other examples out. So sure, yeah, why not? Don't let us trade stocks. How about we'll just keep whipping ourselves. How about we don't make any money either? How about like just cut our paychecks? We haven't gotten a pay raise since 2008, even a COLA increase. So. Yeah, no, actually, no. Yeah, this is a great idea. Let's make Congress a place where only the millionaires can actually afford to do the job. This is a wonderful idea. Let's just keep doing that, and then some it's always some member, right, who senses the populist energy, and then mirrors it, believing that this is what's going to help me connect with the people. Because what do the people want? Well, they want an easy button. All my problems will be solved if there's no stock trading. All my problems will be solved if there's term limits. Yeah, but if you think about any of these things for 5 whole minutes, you might quickly come to a different conclusion. Now, what I vote for?
I thought about it for like 10 seconds. Yeah, members of Congress should not be able to trade stocks on anything that's related to any committee that they are chairing or are part of, or have any information on bills that are about to be passed that could affect a certain industry. Seems like a pretty logical step to me. Okay? Keep it simple. There you go. But of course, he wants to downplay it big time. And then here is Lauren Lee. The spending bill, listen to this, would have blocked RFK Jr. from updating his protocol on certain injuries. On page 757, the bill amends the previously passed Prevent Pandemic Act. The secretary may not revise the table to include a thing for which the trading table, including for emergency use. A table to include for the CDC in prevention issued a recommendation for routine use in children or pregnant women. So it would have prevented RFK from updating the protocol. And okay, so going back, okay, I kind of sidebarred that, but let's go back to Dan Crenshaw. Okay. He's actually debating somebody named Cat Turd. He's debating a user named Cat Turd. That's what Dan Crenshaw has been reduced to. Calls him an anonymous coward. Talking shit without any evidence. I'm used to it. Sorry, I was a guy fighting the wars that little bitches like you would never dare to. Crenshaw continues, one of us has actually served this country and continues to, while losers like you make money being trolls on X. Oh, but there's a rate posted community note. What does it say? Shall we explore? Oh, wait a minute. Needs more ratings. Cat Turd is a well-known conservative personality whose real name is Philip Buchanan. He's a veteran of the U.S. Army, and Dan Crenshaw's stock trades and net worth are a matter of public record. And they cite Rolling Stone, Wikipedia, CA Club India, and Guru Focus. Is this note helpful? I think it is. Bingo. And I would say it is easy to understand. Okay, we are contributing to the truth ecosystem on X. Oh, we have another one? Cat Turd's identity is well known. He's not anonymous. Is this note helpful? Yes. And it is easy to understand. We're going to click that and contribute to the truth ecosystem. Okay, so thank you for that. And then we have Representative Jeffries. Yeah, this is what he had to say. House Republicans have been ordered to shut down the government and hurt everyday Americans across the country. Republicans are going to own the harm that is visited upon the American people.
House Republicans, House Democrats, Senate Republicans, and Senate Democrats reached a bipartisan agreement to fund the government, keep it open, and meet the needs of the American people. We reached a bipartisan agreement to provide disaster assistance to everyday Americans whose lives have been upended and turned upside down as a result of hurricanes, tornadoes, wildfires, floods, and other types of extreme weather events. We reached a bipartisan agreement to meet the needs of the American people and provide assistance to farmers, families, children, seniors, veterans, men and women in uniform, and working class Americans.
I mean, he's just using fear tactics. He's trying to scare you into thinking that we don't care about those people. How about we just care about what really needs to be taken care of in this country? I'm not saying those people don't, but they stuff so much pork in these bills that they put them on Christmas break, force people to vote on them, but the public pressure forced them to cut it down. Thank God. Here we have 9 hours ago, Elon Musk. He says deleting nonsense regulations that fail to serve the greater public good will lead to a new age of prosperity. Yeah, we need to cut regulations. Absolutely. The regulatory burden in the United States adds up to $4 trillion. Of course, the Doge is on top of that. Elon Musk, when he took a look at that bill, he says we're funding bioweapon labs in the bill. Libs of TikTok, new congressional resolution bill includes funding for at least 12 new biolabs. How about not? I don't think we need any more biolabs at all. And to top it off, we got Donald Trump 23 hours ago, posted by Nextdoor Tor. President Trump has just arrived to have dinner with Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos at Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, see, Jeff Bezos, he's feeling left out. He wants to be part of the club. He sees all the fun that Elon's having at Mar-a-Lago, hanging out with Trump and walking the halls of Washington, D.C., getting ready to cut the fat in government. But Jeff Bezos and his Washington Post, what did they do? Right? They attacked President Trump at every single turn. Democracy dies in darkness. But what happened at the end of that election cycle? Jeff Bezos, he told them, you guys, we're not going to endorse a candidate. He saw the writing on the wall. He knew Trump was going to win. He saw that Elon Musk was getting all the attention that he didn't have. Musk and Bezos, they are locked in a heated rivalry. And, Musk just one-upped him big time when he bought X. Bezos thought he was going to have it when he bought that newspaper, but no. He said, I'm not going to endorse a candidate this time around. And then the people at the Washington Times Post, I always get them confused. They all jumped ship, and the editorial board are quitting, right? The Washington Times, my bad. And now Bezos wants a piece of the action. So he's hanging out with Trump, and they're having dinner with Elon Musk. Man, to be a fly on the wall. Elon Musk, a day ago, your elected representatives have heard you, and now the terrible bill is dead. The voice of the people have triumphed. And this is interesting, too. We got this. Tricky Dick Durbin, my senator from my state of Illinois, getting confronted by CNN. Dick Durbin just body slammed the mainstream media, and they're turning on each other. Okay, so here's what's interesting. And this is typical political speak. Tricky Dick decides he's going to spin the question. Rather than addressing the failures of Congress, the repeated failures of Congress, and they're asking for more money for their own paycheck, he spins it around and slaps down the mainstream media, which I appreciate. I appreciate when CNN's called out to the face, but you don't normally see it from a Democrat senator. But of course, the Democrat senator was simply using the failed ratings of CNN as a cudgel so he could, spin the conversation and never answer the question about his own failures and raises. So let's watch the moment.
There anymore. Members are giving themselves a pay raise. Do you guys deserve a pay raise?
Well, that's news to me. It's good news. What has it been, 10 years or 14 years and no COLA, no change at all? I think it's about time something's done.
You support giving yourselves a pay raise?
How would I not know about a pay raise?
But I mean, people look at the performance of Congress and say, why should we give them more money?
What about the media? Think about that for a second.
And we're not paid by public money.
I know you're not, but I mean, half of your listeners are not there anymore. You're still getting the same paycheck? What's going on?
Well, members are giving them.
I love it. I appreciate it. Thanks, Tricky Dick, for bringing that up. But of course, it's all about the money for these people. But that's the picture right there that speaks volumes. Elon Musk posting that 4 hours ago. The bill has been reduced. Pork has been slashed. People blaming Elon. And the swamp continues to scream. And their desperation's palpable. Crenshaw calling critics pathetic bottom feeders. Johnson trying to force through a bloated spending bill right before Christmas. These aren't the actions of confident leaders. These are the death throes of a corrupt system exposed to sunlight. But here's what terrifies them the most. The American people are awake, and we're watching. Now, here is what I want you to think about. Why are establishment Republicans like Crenshaw more angry at conservative voters than at the Democrats destroying our country? What does that tell you about where their true loyalties lie? I want you to comment below. Let's get in the conversation about this. And speaking of loyalty, show your support for real America First news with our exclusive MAG Avengers gear at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com, because when the swamp shows its true colors, we will be there to expose it.